Hello, my lovelies. So it's my birthday, and I thought I would share a lovely gift that my past self in 1937 has sent to me today in 2021. So it's a vintage magazine, and I thought we'd have a little flick through together. Before I jump into that, I just want to say hello to the new subscribers. There are a few of you. Huge thank you for subscribing, for liking, supporting me on my sewing journey. And if this is the first time that you've stumbled across my channel, then a very warm welcome. My name's Tara, and here on Tara Dayton Atelier, I like to talk about all things sewing, vintage inspired and DIY style. So if you'd like to follow along with my sewing adventures, make sure you hit subscribe, and I'm here every Thursday with lots of sewing goodness. So let's crack on to some vintage birthday celebrations. The front cover of this Marie Claire is beautiful. 1937 me must have loved the outfit, the pale blue and the rose. And then we have a contents page. And the magazine is celebrating achievements of life in 1937, and I'm assuming that there must have been some kind of exposition that year. And here's an ad for a brand you may be familiar with if you're into vintage clothing, Janssen, famous for swimwear, I think, and sports clothes. And I don't speak French, I have to admit, so I'm surmising about a lot of the things on these pages. But this page seems to be about how life has changed for women. And then there's an article about grandmothers, mothers and daughters and outfit ideas whilst they're enjoying the exposition of 1937. The illustrations are just so beautiful. I love how a blue and black palette has been used to render these drawings, showing this family at different events. Here they're at lunch. And I love La Belle Femme's hairnet and her round sunglasses here, and this fab suit that she's wearing. And then over the page we have La Belle Mère, who has borrowed La Belle Femme's sunnies, but you would, wouldn't you? They're just so absolutely amazing. I would definitely borrow these. And then there they are in the evening. Over the page are some really beautiful blouses. I would love any of these, and actually all of them. I do wish my past self had sent me all the clothes too. I especially love this one. And the collar on here is really fabulous, but this one is especially capturing my imagination. Pearls are the birthstone of June, and incidentally my favourite gemstone, and this article is about traditional pearl divers. I really wish I could read it. I'll have to learn French. Here's a beauty feature, makeup looks of Hollywood stars. You have Ginger Rogers, and then Joan Crawford, Miriam Hopkins, who I'm not really familiar with, and Merle Oberon. Max Factor's name is mentioned, so I'm assuming this article is giving you tips on achieving their beauty looks. This is really interesting. It's an illustration showing items of clothing, what they used to be made from and what they're made from in the modern age, the 1930s, due to technological and scientific advancement. So it's showing the old materials and then the new replacements. So hats could be made from synthetic straw instead of straw, and artificial pearls could replace real pearls, and scents, perfumes could use synthetic chemicals rather than real and often very expensive perfumes. Instead of using ivory and horn for buckles and buttons, etc., new plastics such as Bakelite could be used. Wool could be replaced with some kind of acetate synthetic version, as well as cellulosic acetate could be used for garments too, which is basically viscose. And this is the age of those gorgeous cold rayons that can also replace silk. Really, it's the beginning of the plastic age, sadly. And look where we are now in this modern age in 2021. More beauty, day to night makeup looks for the blonde and the brunette. Where are the redheads, I'd like to know. Now, how stunning are these illustrations? They're just incredible. And then a really rather creepy style spread. I am not sure what's going on here, but someone has rather cleverly, pre-Photoshop, put some clothes on some statues, and it's just quite bizarre. Some lederhosen on this statue. Interesting. I have no idea. I think this is one of my favourite pages in the magazine. Gorgeous ladies dressed up for the fireworks and festivities. There's really lovely detailing on this dress and some tassels at the bottom here and some kind of fur jacket. Hasn't she heard the news about new fabrics and faux fur? You know, ivory's out and Bakelite's in. We know the news, don't we? And then this skirt has got the most gorgeous sunburst embellishment and a really lovely evening jacket. It's a very 30s silhouette, lots more gorgeousness. And a dapper gent with his boutonniere waiting to dance with the lovely ladies. And smoking was seen as an elegant evening pastime then. And then a piece, I think, about medicinal plants and how plants in your garden can be used to heal. There's really beautiful illustrations, but some of these plants I don't really recognise. I do know violets and orange blossom, periwinkles, pine and mint. And I presume there are some recipes here showing you how you can make a medicine. Then an article about Jean Harlow, who was an absolutely huge global superstar at the time. Interesting seeing her with eyebrows, and before she had none. So here is a little knitting pattern for a bubba, and also how to deal with an infestation of mites. Very interesting, obviously a very important thing to know how to do. Find it a bit bizarre that they've put the baby thing next to the mite infestation thing, but there you go. And here are the sewing patterns of the month that you could order. A blouse, skirt and shorts combo. I love how separates were made in the same fabric, giving you the look of a dress or a romper, but when you add a blouse in another fabric you have a totally new look. More sewing and crafts now, accessories for your holiday. So you can make this lovely bag with big pochettes, and then look at the zip. It's quite a surprise to see a big chunky plastic zip at this time, but there you go. And here are all the outfits you need to make for your holiday wardrobe. So there are all the looks, and you can also make this lovely embroidered belt which you can wear with all of these outfits. Then short story time, Le Fatal Amour Général Boulanger, The Fatal Love of General Baker. And finally on the back, this brilliant ad for Thoradia. In the 30s, there was a mania for health and beauty. So adding radium to beauty products would make you both healthier, because why wouldn't you want radioactive products to make you glow, and also more beautiful. Lisa Eldridge presented a fab series recently on beauty and makeup, and in the programme on the 30s, she looks at extant radium products. It's on BBC iPlayer and here on YouTube. It really is a must-see. I'm not sure I would want to put radioactive lipstick on, but maybe it would give me some superpowers. And how wonderful, though, is this lovely lady with all her glowing radioactive beauty. Thank you for spending some of my birthday with me, and I hope you enjoyed a little look at this vintage magazine that I sent myself from a past life. I'm off to celebrate with friends and to eat my Paris Brest, which is my favourite cake of all time. I'm not sure what it's made from, possibly fairy dust and unicorn sparkles. It's really the most delicious thing ever. You have to try it if you haven't already. And I love this card, also from the 1930s, that I picked up many moons ago from a vintage shop. And I'm sending the sentiment of love, health and good fortune out to all you lovelies who subscribe and watch each week and support me and share my sewing adventures. You really mean the world to me. And a very happy birthday to fellow June babies. And as it's Pride Month, how wonderful it is to live in a time when all kinds of love is celebrated. So love and happiness to all of you, my lovelies, and I will see you next time. Bye.